So I think maybe we've gotten this. I think maybe we got this. Let's see here. Have we got this? You guys see me? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if anyone shows up. I can't tell. I honestly can't tell if we're live or not. It says I am. Okay, so you can see and hear me now, right? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, can you see everything on the screen? I have added some stuff. I have got a couple things added in here. Let's see here. Where's the... So we have a lot of stuff going on. It does not give me my actual viewer count. It's not showing me who's actually watching. So I see that there's 2 people here. Hopefully this is working. Let's look and see. It is. So it says there's 4 people. Okay, there we go. Now I see. Now I see. Okay, so I've set some stuff up. You guys can see right here. We have a members goal. I have a new background that I built specifically for this. It's a little bit different. They're bigger. It's not lacking some other stuff. You can see we got the viewer count up here. If you guys are talking, you can see here. Lone Star, I got news for you. Everyone I've ever met that was in the Army was dumb as a box of hair. So I don't know what you're trying to get across with the whole Army thing, but it's not quite gonna work with me because I know a lot of guys in the Army. And I have to say, seriously? So, yeah, I am using new software. It has been problematic this morning, so I'm gonna take this. So this is this piece that I'm popping up and putting back and stuff like that. Let me put it to you this way. Army guys that I knew, I saw them doing stuff that was like, oh, we can't figure out why we're blowing up 50 cal machine guns. Then when you go and ask them, I was like, what's your headspace and timing gauge? It's like, what's that? Yeah. So I don't want to hear much there, Army. At any rate, yeah, so there's new stuff. If you guys happen to drop, if you happen to drop a super chat, I've got a window set up for it, I believe. So your chat box is over here. So when you guys drop, I don't know why it's so slow. It seems to be a delay. Let me check on that. I may have set up a delay. Because it seems as though, let's see here. It seems as though not all of them are showing up. So if you guys are sending chats, somebody pop a chat in and say, I'm not saying a super chat. I'm saying like just somebody just say something. So 6 people. I'm kind of frustrated, so this might not be a real long live feed. I don't like how I've got this set up. I can't really see what I'm doing. I don't have this quite set up the way I wanted, and nothing worked out the way it was supposed to. So, if you guys want to go and let people know that I am live again, I'd appreciate it. Hopefully this goes out to everybody. So we'll stick around for a little bit. So I want to talk about blade grinds, but I'm not going to do it now. Super chat. Now there's supposed to be a notification. There's supposed to be a notification that pops up. Did you have to make any compromises on the sea snake design, like size, folder. No, I had already made that knife. I had already designed that knife. I'd already made it. I liked the design, and so I just went ahead and got it done. And as you can see, now I have a little helper. So Streamlabs CloudBot is reminding you guys to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So, I had the sea snake that you guys got is exactly the same size as the sea snakes that I made by hand. There you go. Peter Flanagan donated $2 through Super Chat. You guys see that? Isn't that cool? You've lost video. Did anybody else lose video? Or is it only Peter? Did everyone else lose video? I don't know why you would have lost video. So yeah, there's 9 people here. But now, yeah, we've got a chat box. I may have to change. Let me do that right now. Chat box. Let's change that. Let's change the color of that to something else. Let's change it to red. Let's see. Does that make it a little bit more visible? No Rumble Live? No. I do not have the ability to run on both channels because I'm using, this is free. This is free. So this is a free software I'm using. I cannot go on Rumble and here. Now I can do a Rumble live feed later. But we're going to be here for a while. Murky's here. Peter Flanagan says he's back. I think that was on your end. I don't think that was anything on my end. But, you know, like I can go to here. Right? And now I can set that up. And then I can also, like, if I want to do an intermission, like say I got to go to the restroom. I can just set that up. I haven't got everything all figured out exactly the way I want it. And I got news for you. It's not easy to use new software the first time. I spent a lot of time yesterday doing this. And it definitely, by the way, Peter, thank you for the super chat. I know you were doing it as a test. So hopefully, I don't know why it takes so long for that to make its way through. But what I wanted to talk about was I've had a few great, well, how did I go from 12 down to 8? So you guys will see, like, it's a little slow. I got to try and figure out why. Peter says, I'm back. Good day. That, I don't like that. I'm going to change your chat box for you. Hang on just a second. We're going to change your chat box to something clean. And I want the font color. I want the text color to be. I want the text color to be something that pops up. So, yeah, it's. Let's see if I can get let me see if I can get the font to be a little bit clearer. So, yeah, right? Not so great if you're an inmate in Mexico. So, your beard's got, yeah, I trimmed my beard. There's a couple reasons. It's hot. I have news for you. It's been hot lately. And so, what knife did I use? I used a set of clippers. I had my driver's license. I had to go get my my eyes examined and everything for my driver's license, and so I had a what do I want to try to say here? I had the I'm trying to get this so that I can actually see. Let me see here. Let me minimize this. Maybe it'd be clearer if I watched it on my actual channel. Let's see here. Is there a way to do that there? Here? Well, that's not working. But I have options here now. This new software, it's gonna take a little bit to get used to. So I have a definite different view of what I've got going on. So yeah, Dave, 2A Dave, I had to get it figured out. I just couldn't get it figured out how. Now, if you guys look, can you guys see? Your stuff pops up. I'm gonna make that bigger, actually. See, I'm still messing with this. It's the first time we've done this, and I didn't know how it would look and stuff like that. So I'm messing with some of the settings. How often do you make a new license in California? I think this is my second or third time. I can't remember. They expire. They don't expire real. They don't expire real often. You look great on this new video. Well, thank you, Jim. But I want to talk about grinds. So there's 9 of y'all here. I don't know where everyone's going. We've been talking about some stuff. At any rate, like I said, I wanted to make this new. The reason we switched software, 2 reasons. I was really getting fed up with StreamYard. StreamYard was really irritating me. I couldn't do specific things. I couldn't change things around. I couldn't do any of the little things like you just saw a super chat. By the way, Dave, remember, I sharpen your knives for you. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. I wasn't able to do a lot of the stuff that I saw a lot of other channels doing, which was things like this chat box you see here, and then the subscriber count, and then setting goals. Like I have a goal, like right there. So we currently have 60 paying members. I would like to, as opposed to the super chats and stuff that we get all the time and that we always do, I would prefer to have you guys join the membership and try to go to 100. I'd like to get back to 100. I was at 100 paying members for a long time, and then I dropped back down. And I do understand, things get forgot about, things like that. So, I want to try and start offering more benefits. But the thing is, like with the automatic recognition, like when Peter dropped a super chat, you saw it pop up with an automatic notification. There was like an award thing, and it popped up separate of the chat box. I couldn't do that with StreamYard. And then I got notification from PayPal that StreamYard was like, oh, well, we couldn't renew your subscription. First of all, it's not supposed to renew until November. And they're like, oh, we couldn't renew your subscription because there wasn't enough money in your PayPal account. I was like, there's like a couple $100 in my PayPal. I was like, it should have definitely went through. And then I got to looking, and they wanted $420 for the year to use StreamYard. And I'm like, it's not even that good. It's not even that good. So this is free, and it seems to be working fine. The only thing is I can't really do like the movie day stuff like we were doing with paying members anymore. I have an option for that. There's options for that. I have other things. Am I too loud? I can always adjust this volume. Does my membership come with a happy ending? Yes, it does. I'll read you. Bubbles, I will call you on the phone, and I will read you a story. And I will read you a story with a happy ending. Of Hansel and Gretel or Pinocchio, something like that. You'll get a happy ending. Just have to wait till the end of the story. That's all. But you can see Bubbles. Yeah, now you can see Bubbles' stuff was over there. Was over here. It showed all of his logos, and I was like, StreamYards is reminding you. StreamYards is a moderator reminding you to hit the like button. I think I need to adjust that. I'm still playing with things. This is the first time we've done this. I've never had chats. I didn't know what it looked like. I need to change the chat box color. I need to use a color that's going to, I need a red. I think we need a red. Now, do you think we need a red for the font? There we go. We use this. This will be the new color for all of your thing. Happy ending means you die with a smile on your face. Okay, so StreamYards has some weird stuff. It allows you to do this because I have a hard time with being able to keep up with long chats and putting them on the screen and stuff. So please refrain from long. Dave, 2A Dave, just dropped super chat. Now, Dave, here momentarily, you should see a there you go, 2A Dave. Now I do need to 2A Dave donated $19 through super chat. That almost covers it. Messing with you. So I need to work with that. So we'll alert the alert box. So I'm going to advanced. I need to I don't know if I can't. Okay. Global alert delay. I don't want any alert delay. I want everything to show. There we go. Long. So if you're, there we go. So you can see these pop up. You can see your comments. So hollow grind for convex spine. So hollow grind versus convex spine. Win the stream conversation. What now? I will say that while I do love, we're going to move that down here. That's what we're going to do. I just moved the chat box. So Dave, I'm trying to, very hard to do. Now you guys should be, if someone be so kind as one of the members, be so kind as to put up my emojis. I want to see if they pop up with the, I want to see if they want to, I want to see if the emojis work properly. So I spent about 4 or 5 hours working with the software yesterday, trying to get everything set up. And obviously, as you can see, it didn't go as planned. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to figure out, so it's an auto start from here. Problem was, I couldn't auto start with the software. I figured out what I needed to do, but it didn't quite work out as it was supposed to. But there you go. See, congratulations, Bubbles. There's a chat. Let me get this subscription. Let me get this member goal thing out of the way. So I can remove certain elements, as you can see, like that. That's there. So if you guys are paying members or would like to be paying members, there will be some additional benefits to that. I'm going to try and start doing more content for the paying members and stuff like that. But at any rate, now we've got the stream figured out, got everything set up. Yeah, you can see. So K-Man's a paying member. Did anybody drop a broccoli boy or a stabby? Somebody drop broccoli boards or cross swords for me, please. One of you paying members, use your emojis that you have available to you. That are only available to the paying members, if you would please. I want to see if that works. So, flat grinds. So a lot of people are like, you've got to have, like, if you want a really, really slicey knife, you got to have a hollow grind. And I got to say, a lot of times, that a good deep hollow. Okay, I want to see if that shows up. Cam Man just dropped one. Like on this, a very deep hollow was very, very good. Like, this is amazing. This is Winston Cabretti's knife. He may or may not ever get this back. But this absolutely is a beast of a slicer with that deep hollow. But I will say, I don't think it's any better on that deep hollow And you guys know that I love, I'm trying to find it. I had it out for this, and I don't know where I set it down. Well, I don't need it. You guys do know that I love the... Oh, so it doesn't. Okay, I got to figure... Okay, well, it won't show up. It won't... The icons do not show up. I apologize, but you can still see them in your chat over there. I will say that I don't think that it cuts any better than the TRM Atom, which is another knife we're going to do a review of. I borrowed some knives from my buddy Tino. I don't think that it does any better job than this, and that's mainly because the entire blade profile takes into account. So people that say you got to have a deep hollow, not necessarily. The thinness behind the edge can be accomplished on a good heart. Jem says, what do I think of Shirogorov knives? I think they're overrated. There's a lot of knives out there that are as good. There are a lot of knives out there that are as good as the Shirogorovs, and I really don't think that they're worth as much as they charge. They're pricey. They're a very good knife, don't get me wrong, and I have spent that amount of money on a knife before. I have. You guys know that I have my Grimsmo Norseman, and I love it. But I also know that I don't think you get as much for your money with a Shirogorov as a lot of people think you're going to. And I've got to turn the volume down on this. I can see I'm all the way up into the yellow. Is that better? Is that a better? Yeah, TRMs are great, Cam Man. So, as you guys can see, Streamlabs allows me to remind you guys without reminding you guys. Are you still training on the Reat XOK? I have actually been playing with it. I had it out earlier. It's back. Ethan's here. Ethan Ruins EDC is here. I've had it out. I've messed with it. I find it very gimmicky. As a matter of fact, hang on a second. The trainer is out. I had the trainer out because there's an issue. There is a definite issue that I have found with the full-on XOK, right? I definitely have found an issue with the XOK, and that is in the closing more than once. I mean, Tino had already busted the tip off it. It will come up and it will hit the ring, just like that. This is the trainer. It's a dead edge trainer, which is a good thing to have if you're going to have something like this to play with, because it allows you to get comfortable with it before you decide you're going to shoot a video of it. But he'd already knocked the tip off of it. And the other thing is, sometimes in the closing, it'll come up like this, and it'll smack here. So I find this fun, but nowhere as good as their original outing into the gravity knives, which I think is absolutely it's a very, very good knife. The original Exo gravity knife, the Exo. And I have to say, the longer I've messed with this, the more I find that this is a very, very good knife for a lot of things. What was that? Cam Man. All right, guys. So you've got. I'll try and figure it out. But StreamYard's automatically is set up to moderate specific things. Cam Man, if you can break that comment down, I didn't do it. I've got to figure out like how to interface with that. There's you don't have to apologize. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. StreamYard will remind you. This is free. I would like to point out that what you're watching is free. Do you guys see, is there a watermark on here anywhere that says Streamlabs? I am completely completely over StreamYard. $420 for software that doesn't do as much as this does for free. I don't know. Do you guys see a Streamlabs? Do you guys see a Streamlabs watermark on this video? At any rate, this is an incredibly good knife for specific things. I would honestly say that this is a tactical knife. This is absolutely a tactical knife. You could use it for self-defense, rapid deployment, things like that. I absolutely love the blade shape on this. The grind on this is insanely good. This is one of those knives that we're going to talk about the knife grind stuff here in a minute, a little bit more. But on this, I'm going to tell you right now that this lock is infallible. It's completely infallible. I said it in a video before. This lock is probably one. This is the lack of lock on this means the lack of lock on this means you are the lock. The only way that knife will go closed is if I allow it to. The only way that knife opens is if I allow it to, or if I'm careless. But the fact is, a lot of people are like, oh, you're going to cut yourself with that. That's a danger. You're going to hurt yourself. I am much less likely to cut myself with this than I am with a frame lock. I am completely safe when I close that knife or open it. I am completely safe from that. But blade grinds. The blade grind on this is amazing. You guys, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something controversial here in a minute. Blade grinds on this are awesome. And I'm not, when I'm talking about blade grinds, I'm not just talking about the functionality of the grind. Reat, a lot of people shit on Reat because it's a Chinese company. And there's a lot of people that are, and I understand there are a lot of people that are on that train of I won't ever buy Chinese. That's fine if that's your choice. But I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen American manufacturing that does not get their grinds anywhere near as close to what they're getting on this at Reat, and they're charging a lot more for an inconsistent grind. So, I mean, we're making it really hard on our, it's really hard to make the case when I'm getting inferior quality at a higher price. But back to the grinds. I love a nice, thin behind the edge grind. And if you do that, I don't care who does it. I'm going to love it. The problem with the grinds are people got it in their head for some reason that thin grind, here's another one that has that same grind style. This is that Chavez 229. So the Redencion was a knife that Ramon made, and I've met Ramon. He's a great guy. The Redencion was a knife that Ramon made, and then went into production with some mid-techs. Now, what a mid-tech is, in case you guys are new to the knife world, you don't know, a mid-tech is a knife. A mid-tech is a knife where the parts are made, or are like you order parts from someplace. So somebody is doing your scales, your handles. Somebody's making your pocket clips. Somebody's making your blades, and they're all blowing them out of the steel, and then you send them off to you send them off to double disc grind. These were done by Larkin. And then they come to your shop, and you take all those parts and you assemble the knives. And everybody's like, oh, it's like Legos. It's not. I'm gonna tell you right now, Chris and Elliot Williamson, all they ever did was mid-techs for a long time. And I was there and I helped with a lot of them. And basically every one of those holes has to be drilled. All of the hardware has to be installed. All of the holes for it has to be drilled and threaded. All that stuff has to be done. Then the finish has to be done, and then the final finish, and then the sharpening and the assembly and the fit up. And each knife's a little bit different, even though all the parts are blown out and all that stuff. Still, that's why mid-techs take a long, and it makes them expensive, because It's a multi-step thing. I have to get these parts from this guy, then I got to get this material from here, get it to this guy. He has to do the work, and then I have to get the parts back and all that stuff. And so it's time consuming. And Ramon stopped doing mid-techs because of the cost. And plus, he shut down the Chavez American Made. But the grind on this is ridiculous. That is insanely thick behind the edge. And while this is really cool, and it's in a lot of specifically cool materials, it's not as good as this, mainly because of the grind. This thing screams through material. Chris Reynolds says, you betcha, it'll pop up in the... I've set up, guys, over here. So if you want to see where your comments are at, they're going to be over here. If you drop a super chat, you will see it. I think I moved it down here. If somebody could drop like $1 super chat, not trying to get... I just want to make sure that everything's working. I know that I put the alert box right here. I just want to see, because like I said, I'm trying to figure this all out. I'm trying to figure out where everything, how it looks. I want to make sure that like it's, because as I'm changing these settings in this live feed, they're going to stay that way. But at any rate, like I said, the grind on this, so much better. And I mean, for all intensive purposes, hang on, my wife just texted me. Today is the first day she's been out of the house. Yeah, the Chavez Kickstop has got a really slicey grind. A lot of times it's a combination of a couple things when it comes to the grind on the knives. Hang on. This is the first time my wife's been out since surgery. There's a couple things that go into this. So you have blade stock thickness and then grind. And you can have a nice thin blade stock and still have that not wind up being a nice thin slicey grind, because what happens is some companies try to get real fancy with the way that they're... Whew, chilly breeze just blew through here. They get real fancy with what they're doing, and they wind up they don't maximize the amount of they don't maximize the amount of grinding they can do on the blade stock. A prime case in point is the Osborne. She's asking me if I want lunch. She's got my daughter out. So, carrying the SPK, I have got an SPK Lamia coming from Alex on the channel. They did not maximize what they could have done with this knife, and a lot of people are like, oh well, you know, it's because it's a thick blade stock and it's really narrow. Okay. Allow me to argue with you the point that this knife is the same blade stock thickness as the Benchmade 940. It's done with a hollow, and it's very, very good. But the problem is a lot of people immediately assume that when you have that thin edge and that thin behind the edge, that now it's going to be weak. It's going to be weak, and you're going to break it. I would hazard to say, unless you're doing something very, very, very outside of the lines of what you should be doing with a knife, especially a folding knife, you're probably not going to damage that blade. You're not going to add a warp to it. You're not going to bend it. The only time you're going to do something like that is if you're doing something you're not supposed to do and you're prying with a knife, which is absolutely the last thing you should do with a knife. I have several pry bars. Now, at this point, it's something I never understood the um, I never understood the whole thing of a pry bar until I started using pry bar. We had to fix one of the drawers and it had nails in it. And I'm like, well, I got a pry bar with a nail puller. So I used my little pry bar that has a nail puller to pull the nails out for the hardware on the drawer. Lone Star says, but Benchmade did coin the marketing term reverse Tonto, which does not exist. This should be a Kritsuki or maybe a Spey. I think it's just a modified Warncliffe, to tell you the truth. My point. It's more of a clip point, to tell you the truth. When you look at it, it's just a very short clip point. Point's been clipped. It's just a clip point. It's a clip point blade. Clipped. Cut off. It's just not done a lot like some of the others. But you have that same thing here. This thing slices incredibly well. It just it doesn't make sense to me. People are like, oh, well, you know, it's because of this and this and this. I was like, don't make excuses for a company that did something and didn't do it well. Or maybe that just at the time was what people were interested in. But now you can definitely come back and fix some of those grinds. Some of these knives that I have here have got insanely good grinds. This is the thing that I'm really, really happy about, is there has been such a shift in how your companies are doing these knives. This is that Rosecraft Barra. B-A-R-R-A. It's the one that has the little multi-tool on the back. It's not really a multi-tool because it was meant to be for a bartender. It's got a little pry bar thing on the back for popping up the pop tabs on beers, and then a bottle opener. Now, I don't need that. He was screaming by. My garage door's partway open. He's got that. I mean, she's got that on there, and I removed it because it's removable. And what this has got is, this is like a little scalpel. I showed you guys on a live feed of it screaming through some pretty substantial cardboard, and I'm pretty impressed with how good this knife is and how much I like it. Chris Reinhold, $2.79 through Super Chat. Wish the Kaiser XL. Oh, wait, I'm waiting for that too. Allow me to. Let me make that bigger. Let me make that bigger so that maybe. There we go. I'm still playing with these things. So, yeah, the Kaiser. I think that the Kaiser. I'm sorry. I misread that. I wish the Kaiser XL tie. I love it. Have a halt. Yeah, the Kaiser X. Which Kaiser? Are you talking about the original? The Kaiser original, XL original? Like I'm not seeing, like. Sorry, I don't know. Like sometimes they don't come through. I put Nylotron washers in the Lamina. For sure, great. Yeah, I don't know what configuration the one that Alex is sending me in. It's one that's been passed around. It's the first I'm ever getting to see one. Toyuka Princess, that's fine. Yeah, the Kaiser original. I don't know if I would like the XL version. Here's the thing. If I find a knife that I like in a version, typically, that's the only version I'm going to like. Like, I kind of like the Kaiser Begleiter. I kind of like the Begleiter, the small one, the mini. I got the Begleiter XL. That's the one. I liked the Pyrite. It was an okay knife. I really liked the the Pyrite Warrenclyffe. As a matter of fact, I kept it. I love the Pyrite, the large size Pyrite. It's great. So, what's everyone carrying? We have not done a what's in pockets yet. I wish there was more than 16 people here. I don't know. Is somebody else live right now? Is somebody else live right now? Because if somebody else is live, if you could let them know if they're getting ready to, and I know that G-Ball sometimes goes live at the same time. If somebody's wrapping up, if you could let them know that we're live over here, it would be great. I believe the Gen 3 pass around, I believe that the pass around is a Gen 3. Exactly the same thing for me. The original, I got the X with the original. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Lone Star, today's a dual carry Civivi Vaquita 2 and a Damascus Odium. I liked the Odium. I didn't love it, but I liked it. The thing about the Odium was just, it was too similar to a knife that I already had, that I already loved, and stuff like that. And it just never really hit the same wickets as that knife. And I know part of what happened today is that, like, I screwed up this life. Like I said, with this software, I can do a lot more, and I can do it for free. So hopefully you guys enjoying this. I got to tell you, I've had a couple of great knives come in recently. I have the Wee Riff Raff that is here, that is on loan from Winston Cobretti. That thing is incredible. Let me grab that. It's right here. I have something that I filmed an unboxing on and then proceeded to delete the footage. And I deleted. Like, not just a little bit. Carrying the wee mini busker in Tiger Anno Tie. Smoothest knife I own, like butter. Mini Buster. I believe that this is not in its case because it's not. It is on my dresser. It's on my dresser. So the Wee Riff Raff. Nope, here it is. Here it is. It is in its case. It's just an aside. Sorry. This is another knife with a superb grind. I have gotten to where I love these thin behind the edge, super thin behind the edge knives. This is another one with a great grind. Super thin behind the edge, comfortable in hand, slices really well. The Odium was designed by Elliot Williamson. So you had the Odium, and another one. And the Odium was smaller. It's a smaller Archbishop. Is it? Which one? I can't remember which one it is. I would pull it up, but here's the problem. I have yet to figure out how to quickly switch and bring up media. Now, you guys are going to notice you're not seeing your countdown. You guys are going to notice you're not seeing the dancing cat and things like that. That's because this software is a little bit different until I get it figured out. The other problem is those files were saved on the StreamYard's desktop, and I can't get them back off of there. Okay, so it's like a mini Archbishop, but then there's one that looks like the Archbishop, but fat. It looks like a fat Archbishop, and I can't remember which one that is. Shit. I can't think of it. But at any rate, back to what I was saying. A lot of the fun things that we did, like the what do you call it? The Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff. I can't figure out how to make that work. And the other thing too is this interfaces with my phone, so I can control things on my phone as well, from my phone as well. Yeah, StreamYard. Thanks for that. Or Streamlabs. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. If you're here, hit that like button. Um, hey, Rickert, I have not sent. I have not sent your. I was getting ready. I was just getting ready to send you a response on your thing. My wife, I may have sent you a DM response. My wife just had surgery last week, and today's the first day she's left the house since she had surgery. Well, other than for doctor's appointments, stuff like that. So I have not had a chance to do it. I literally have not really had a chance to sit down since 27th when she had surgery. This is the first. So I will get them out to you. Like I said, she's been at the hospital. I've had the kid, my daughter. I don't know I don't know if I've told you guys my daughter's insane schedule. Mondays, we leave at 6 to go to the ice rink. Come home at about 9:30. No, I'm sorry. We get home about 9:30, almost 10. Then she goes to that's gonna tell you need to shorten your flip flap. Please refrain from sending long messages, flip flap. It's gonna tell you that every time. I gotta figure out how to moderate that and take that out. I don't mind so much long ones, but like it's a preset thing. I gotta figure that out. At any rate, so that's Monday. Then she goes to school. So 9:30 we get home. 10:15 she's got to go to Malice. That's what it is. The Malice is the fat archbishop. So anyway, I take her to school at 10. We leave here about 10:15, and then I have to pick her back up at 2, and then at 3:30 she has Pilates, and then she runs. So I have to take her to track to run, and then we come back home at about 7. So my whole day on Monday is shot. Tuesdays she has 3:30 Pilates, then running. Then Wednesday the same schedule as Monday. Thursday's only Pilates. Friday, she has after school math in the evening and like an advanced math class. And then at 5:30, and then we go to the ice rink. And last night we were there till 10:30. We leave today at 5 to go to the ice rink. We'll be home by 10. She's going to skate for like 4 hours tonight. So today's my only day that I had free. I'm doing a live feed. I was supposed to coordinate with another YouTube channel, a much larger YouTube channel. And we were going to do some collaboration about talking about, this is something that's coming up. And I think we're going to do it on his channel. Actually, I want you guys to do that. I'm going to give you guys his YouTube channel. I'll tell you what it is. His YouTube channel, it's a gaming channel, and he's got a really good channel. He moved to YouTube from Twitch, and he and I are going to do a video. Now check this out. The plan of the video is we're going to look at video game knives like CSGO, and things like that. And then we're going to talk about real world analogs for those knives. So you'll be able to see that. But his channel is Assorted Savage. So go check him out. I'm giving him a shout out right now because the fact is he and I were supposed to collaborate today. But on top of everything else, this afternoon, before I take my daughter skating, we got to work on her college applications. Because at 15 and a half, she's putting applications in for college. Because in a year, she's going to college. So it's just been nuts. I've got stuff coming from Jared. I got a couple knives that just came in from Ganzo that are pretty nice. I filmed some unboxing. I just haven't done the editing yet. But anyway, what was this? I bought a 4 Max 20 CV. My proxy has to wait for your package. So I'm sorry. I'll get them out as soon as I can, bro. I promise. I'll get them sent out. I apologize. It's just, like I said, it's just been hectic. But at any rate, yeah, Assorted Savage. Let me see if I can drop a link to his channel. I'm trying to, let's go here. pull up his profile. Yeah, it's Assorted Savage on YouTube. I'm copying a link. I'm going to drop it in. If you guys could go over and subscribe to his channel, it'd be really cool. Let him know that tell him I mentioned, and I feel bad about the whole thing. But if you go over and you subscribe, drop a comment, in one of his videos like, hey, Crazy Sharp, Coffee Brand Coffee partner thing, however you want to do it. Let him know that I sent you. I really appreciate it. I'm copying that, and I'm going to put it in. I'm going to drop it in as a comment here. Yeah. College. Yeah, she is driving. My daughter is driving Evil E. I'm teaching her how to drive. I'm her current driving instructor. She has her permit. We go, that's the other thing. So in the afternoons, she and I are driving. I take her to the base and places like that. So this is the YouTube channel. I would appreciate if you guys go. He seems like a really cool guy. I asked him if he wanted to do the collab. Usually bigger channels. He's got a significantly larger channel than mine. A lot of times they're like, yeah, whatever. That dude, like the second I mentioned, it's like, hey, would you like to do a collab? We could talk about like video game stuff and how it, like the knives and how they pertain in real world. Maybe we do it on my channel or your channel. I was like, it's my idea, so I'll do a lot of the back research and send you like images and stuff. And like within minutes, he was like, yep, sure. So if you could, that link that you see where it says, Assorted Savage, that one I just popped up, the link that I popped up. Yeah, just go follow his channel. Tell him I sent you. I think it would be cool. Oh my God. My knee hurts. I got a new knee brace. I absolutely love it. I have a couple years till then. It goes by so quick, man. I'm gonna tell you what, teaching my daughter to drive has been one of the most fun experiences we've had. We're spending a lot more time together. You guys have seen, I'm not doing the Monday live feeds. I haven't been doing the Wednesday live feeds. We've spent all this time together, and I've really realized that I'm missing out on a lot by doing some of this YouTube stuff all the time like this. And I'm getting really tired with the lack of return on investment. It really is. I know that I've probably popped it up, or Streamlabs has probably popped it up a couple times. A way to support the channel and not feel guilty about it. Coffee Brand Coffee. They have a money back guarantee. There's a link that should have popped up a couple times in the video already. Streamlabs will pop it up. My Coffee Brand Coffee link will save you 5% on your speaking English. Coffee Fix. And it's a guilt-free purchase because if you don't like the product, Jeremy has said numerous times, he'll take the product back, give you your money back. You don't like that coffee? My bad. He stands behind his product. So that's a way you can support the channel. Also, guys, I've got an Amazon store in the links to my videos, or in the description of my videos. Take that, pin it to your browser, please. Last month, in the last month, I think people have forgotten I have an Amazon store. I made $6 on my Amazon affiliate stuff. Don't forget, I've got that Amazon store. I set it up for you guys. It's in the description of every one of my videos. It doesn't add anything to the cost of your purchase. It's just a way you can support the channel. You guys are going to buy stuff on Amazon anyway. So we're an hour in. I had to kind of do that. Tempered Trail Outfitters. That's Nathan, my buddy Nathan from over at Rat Bastard. He made the Enigma multi-tool. That's his new brand offering. He's got a bunch of stuff over there. So you can use Crazy Sharp, coupon code Crazy Sharp over there. Saves 5%. And don't forget, Rosecraft Knives as well has been kind enough to offer me a coupon code for you guys of Crazy Sharp. You can save 5%. I don't make anything on that. I just wanted to give you guys a coupon code because they got some really cool knives. So, I think all the knives that I mentioned, the company that I've seen that consistently gets their grinds right is TRM. Michael, do you have some overbuilt knives that you may want to part with? Do I? I have to think about that. That'd have to be something. Just shoot me a DM. Do you have a what? Do you have a WMK code? No, I do not have a White Mountain Knives code. So the thing is, like, if you go to White Mountain Knives, you're not going to get it any cheaper than you do at Rosecraft, and you can absolutely use my code over there to save 5%. Is someone else live this morning? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened with the thing. I think maybe because I had the original video that went up and then it got kicked off. I'm not. Some of the people I would expect to see, I'm not seeing in this, and there's only 5 people here. I think that maybe just because the original feed didn't work out. Now I've got it figured out. I think we're gonna have less problems next time. So I don't think I have any like overbuilt knives. There you go. Thank you, Streamlabs. There is my coffee brand coffee link for you guys that might be popping in here. The link to my coffee brand coffee just popped up. Streamlabs popped it up for me. So, yeah, I like this new software. I think it's got more to offer. I know that this was kind of like, I really got flustered with what was going on. Zach Schmidt is here. Zach, new software. New stuff I can do. Loot 10 is live. Who's Loot 10? There's so many fucking channels now. I don't even know. I don't know how you guys keep up with it. Like, I'll tell you, I watch Jared. I watch Cole. And I don't even really watch. I kind of just lurk. If Jim puts up a video, I do it. Jim doesn't do, like, yeah, who is Loot 10? My wife is here. I don't know who Loot 10 is. I don't see a Loot 10 anywhere. But yeah, so this new software is pretty cool. Zach, if you hey. No, sit. Good boy. I'm able to do a bunch of stuff. So, like, I would like to remind you guys. Get in the house. The dog just knocked over and broke my fan.
Ow! Come here.
And tried to knock over every one of my lights. Holy crap. It's like, but at any rate, so yeah, like you got stuff like this. I would like to see my membership hit back up to 100 where it was. That's my goal. I'd like to keep it at 100. It helps. It definitely helps. Could you find the knob? Oh, you have the knob. It definitely helps. So if you guys want to support the channel, memberships are the best way. There's only 14 people here. I don't want to get frustrated about it. So what do you guys want to talk about? We had the problem with the original feed. We had the problem with the original feed not wanting to go live. I think I've got that figured out. Do you guys like the new additions? Like I said, I have the chat box here. Where you guys' stuff pops up. You know what? I'm gonna change that. I want to change the chat box settings. I want that. I want that to be like an all the time thing. So that should pop up different grinds. So the different grinds that What are you doing? Set that stuff down. Different grinds that that you're gonna. Knives that I passed up that I regret. I will tell you right now, the one that I passed, knife that I passed up on that I really regret. I will tell you, and I'm going to show it to you. I apologize, guys. Like, you guys know that, like, my wife and daughter have to walk in and out. So, like, if you guys hear noise, not a thing I can do about it. Like, it's like they live here too. So I apologize if you hear a bunch of noise. I really regret this. I regret passing up on this. I had a chance to get one of these. Problem is I don't have any money for this. These are $475. I had a chance to get one, and I did not. This is the Something Obscene J-Cape V4. I regret not getting one of these. This is a very good knife. It's probably one of the best knives that's come in years. This is one of the best knives. Now, is it knife of the year? No, it's not going to be. It's not. The thing is, like, the knife of the year, it takes a lot of stuff into account. Like, you know, price, value, all those things that are great. I'm really can't figure out why I only got 15 people here. With 15,000 subscribers, they just can't be sending. They have to just not be sending out. They say they are, but either you get... Oh, if you guys are here, do me a favor. While you're here, check your device notifications. YouTube sent me an email. I was complaining about, like, that people were saying they weren't getting notifications. And they sent me an email, and they showed me actual numbers. 17, like, the number of people that are, like, 100% of the people that have their notifications set got notifications. So either you don't have your stuff set to all, the bell icon, or you don't have your notifications turned on your device. So when you go to your device, you have to authorize your device to give you a notification. If you don't do that, that's okay. So that's my fault. That's 100% my fault because I deselected it when it started and I was like, oops, my bad. I did see that, Jared. I did see that. But at any rate, so YouTube showed me what's going on. The number of people that have notifications set to all is very low. And basically, if you don't have it set to all, you're just not going to get notified. The other thing is, of the people that have notifications set to all, the majority of those people don't have notifications turned on your device. So if you tell your phone you don't want notifications, but then you tell YouTube you do, guess which one's going to win? Can you close the garage door part way, like halfway down? Like I had it. So yeah, that's... I do understand it. I do understand that being a problem, Jared. I will. That will be corrected in the next live stream. But I do have. If anybody wants to drop a super chat so they can see it, I set up a notification, and no one's really gotten to see it yet because no one's dropping super chats. That's become the bane of YouTubers' existence is YouTube telling them that they have to keep, like, tell you, well, if you're having problems with your income, remind them they can drop super chats. I'm like, yeah, great, thanks. Way to not at all address the issue of the fact that you have turned your ad, the largest ad, like AdSense was the largest advertising thing on the planet, and they completely have ruined it. I sent him a thing, and I don't know if you guys have noticed. Okay, that's too long. Now I gotta go back in. I'm trying to change the settings on these. There we go. I think that works better. They asked this question, like, they had a thing where you could respond back to this thing about what's going on. How do you think this should work? And I'm like, here's the thing: targeted ads. If you know a video, like the algorithm works, they know what the videos are about. Like if you've got a car video and you show me a video about car, if you're giving me a video about like car maintenance and then an ad for a car related product pops up, much more inclined to watch it. The other one is if people have got specific settings on their on their account set, maybe you should follow those, because I have only gotten ads in Spanish and Chinese for months. I immediately, like, it might be something I was interested in. It might be something that I would watch. The ad, I might be interested in an ad. I might click on it. But if I can't fucking understand it, so I literally have gotten 0 ads in English for days. Every once in a while I'll get one, and it's always about something I don't give a shit about. It's like, this military flashlight was illegal for. I'm like, no, it's not. That's not actually. That's like, this was the special forces guy that memorized the designs and put it. No, it's a garbage $10 fucking flashlight. Not gonna watch that. That's the only ones I ever get that are English. Everything else that I might even be interested in looking at has been either in Spanish or Chinese. I've checked my settings on my account several times. English set as a language. English, location United States. Maybe, just maybe, if you do those couple of quick things, you'd make more ad revenue because people start clicking on stuff. Had to return a cup of coffee because it tasted like dirt. The server told me I do not know why it was ground today. Ha. But no. So Zach, when you were talking about, what was your, oh, Zach, you bought your first new folder in 3 years. I forgot to ask you what it was. What was your new knife? Zach, if you could let me know what your new knife was. Maybe you should have had a Coffee Brand Coffee. Yeah, Coffee Brand Coffee is awesome. If you go back up, you scroll up, the link is in there. Or you can just use my coupon code CrazySharp. If you purchase, I will tell you something about the Coffee Brand Coffee. Not to get on that topic too far, but the Coffee Brand Coffee, it defaults when you make a purchase to a subscription. If you use the coupon code, it won't work for a subscription. You got to use the link. I get credit for it, and you still get the savings. So, got a Hogue X04 button lock. Meant to tell you, Hogue first knife. You mean to tell me Hogue first knives were this good? Yeah, Hogue's knives were good. Hogue's knives are awesome, actually. Let's see here. Coffee Brand Coffee is the scent of the day. Coffee Brand Coffee is, like, no joke. Like, Jared got some too. Neebs can tell you, it's good. It's good coffee. I won a contest for the partners, for the channels that are sponsored. I won a contest, and I got a very expensive bag of their Roasters Select. I think that Roasters Choice or something like that. This is pretty expensive. And I got to tell you, it's a lot like having an expensive scotch. I have a cup of it, and then I switch back to whatever coffee I've got. It's good enough that you're like, that one, I have a cup, and you're like, oh, that is so good. I would literally drink that entire pot. I would drink that entire bag in like a couple days if I did not stop myself. It is that good. And I do know it's a lot more expensive. But like I said, if you use my link, which it popped up here a little bit, it's like they do a really good job. Jared's had some. Most of the guys that are paying members have talked about how much they like. Bubbles has had some that they've gotten. So, but like I said, if you want to get a subscription, which is how their purchase defaults, you got to use my link, not the code, because I don't get credit for it. If you use the code, like I'm bringing you the product, and if you don't use the code, I don't get. If you don't use the link, I don't get credit for it. So, no, this thing. This is probably one of the best knives I've had come in a very, very long time. I absolutely love this knife. It's up there along the lines of like how good it is with cutting and everything, like the PMP Big Boy. Oh, did you guys see that the PMP Big Boy XL might be coming out? Like I think that he showed something on Instagram. PMP Big Boy XL value. It looks like different materials. It might be looks like it might be G10 scales. When those become available and they are at vendors, I will provide you guys with a link for those. Would you recommend Humphreys knives after owning the Tucson? Absolutely. It's upstairs on my bedstand because I'm wearing shorts. Typically, if I'm wearing jeans, it's on my belt. That Lon Humphrey Tucson is really, really good. Lon's a really good guy too. I've talked to him on Instagram a few times. He's a pretty good he's a pretty good guy. I do like that Streamlabs will tell you that you can or that you need to subscribe. I like the fact that I can set up certain subscribe, like the Coffee Brand Coffee link pops up there. So with that being said, and the fact that Jared's absolutely right, this was the first one with this software. I'm gonna let you guys know there's gonna be a couple videos that come up that you guys are gonna see before too long. I've got some knives that came in from a buddy. Jared sent me a bunch of stuff that should be here in the next few days. I think I can't get into informed delivery for some reason. I've got some California legal switchblades that we're gonna look at on the channel because not all the switchblades you see out there are illegal. You can absolutely have a switchblade. It's just got to be a specific configuration. So I don't understand. I don't understand that, like the whole thing. It's ridiculous. But that's well, there's 20 people. You know what? We might stick around. But yeah, it's been there's a bunch of stuff to come. I have some really cool stuff that I borrowed from my buddy. I've got some comparison videos. I'm going to talk about why mid-techs are kind of going away. I've got some stuff that came in from Ganzo that I filmed some unboxing on. I have something that came in. I'm going to go ahead and show you because I did an unboxing and somehow I deleted all the footage and I can't find it. I had something really, really cool come in from one of the paying members. This is the biggest chunk of steel. I think this is the biggest chunk of steel I have ever held that had a handle on it that wasn't a hammer. This is the Recon Scout in 3V. Guys, it's a half an inch thick. Half an inch thick. This is choir boy cutlery territory. But the other thing with it is it came with a custom sheath. I'm way late, damn it. Oh, cool. Cool. That means that I get to see how where the chat box is. So you guys can see that. So you see just Nate dropped in and he dropped a super chat. And I don't just Nate. There we go. That's the size font I want. Cross swords, dueling. There you go. Thank you very much. Just Nate donated $5 through super chat. This is free. The software is free. The only problem is I can't dual stream. like I would have to pay if I want to dual stream. So what we're gonna do is, so on days that I'm gonna do, I will just decide, and I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it today. I was gonna do a live feed here, and then I was gonna do an hour here and an hour over on Rumble. I'm not doing that today. So it was. It's just not. It's just not the way I can do it. Zach Schmidt won a micro flip in. Why did that pop up late? Nathan Dahl, he won a micro flip in one of Mike's giveaways. It's fucking awesome. I've owned one before. Yeah, that micro flip, that XM, what's that? That M, was that the X1MF? That's what it was. Yeah, it was a great knife. I just never carried it. And I was like, I could have done that as a giveaway a long time ago. I feel bad because 2A Dave he'd stopped by the house a bunch of times and he was like, man, I really would have wanted that knife. I was like, bro, I would have given it to you if you had said something. Like if he had just said he wanted that knife, I would have given it to him. But he didn't. So I wound up doing it as a giveaway. So thank you very much, Just Nate. I appreciate that. Crines. I'll tell you what, I wanted to talk about this and I had it out for a reason and I was going to talk about it. I have to admit, when it comes to primary grinds on knives, I think Spyderco does one of the best jobs. This is just Goldilocks zone hard use grind on this knife. It really is. The PM2 has got one of the best grinds. All are full flat grinds. All of their full flat grinds are great. And even their, now I will say their edge grinds have a tendency to be horribly inconsistent. That's why I said primary grinds. Even their saber grinds, super, super good. Like the saber grind on this, yeah, it's thick. It doesn't slice as well. I got news for you though. This thing is, even if it's thick behind the edge, this thing is so sharp. It's still going to lay a devastating cut. Like, it's going to cut, like, for what it's made for self-defense. I got to put that in my pocket. I haven't carried that in a while. This is what's going in my pocket tonight when I take the dog and the kid to the ice rink. That's going to fall and make a bunch of noise. I have to say, Spyderco absolutely has got some of the best primary grinds on the market. They're not too thick. They're not super thin. They're not inconsistent. Bubbles, I don't have a Shiro. I've never had a Shiro. I've never owned a Shiro. I just don't find them a good value. I find that there are knives out there that are as good, if not better, at a fraction of the price. Like, literally half the price, if not a quarter of the price of that knife. You really get, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great knives. I own my Norseman. Would I buy my Norseman again? Yes. Do I think that there's a lot of knives out there on the market that are worth $1,000? No, not really. And especially when you consider, for a portion of that price, this TRM Atom is very Shiro-esque. Feels very good. Slices the same. Comfortable in hand. Just about the same way. Well, no, Bubbles, I'm not giving you my Norseman. I absolutely would take this over a Shiro any day. Absolutely would. This is a very good knife. I had this come in from my buddy. I had my buddy got this, I should say. And he asked me if I'd do a video about it, and I didn't like it. I just didn't like it at the time. It was kind of outside of my wheelhouse. It was a knife that I was just starting. Really what it was I was just starting my transition from a knife's got to be super thick blade stock, and it's got to be this, and it's got to be that. I was starting to make that transition from, you know, from the big, heavy, always overbuilt, thick behind the edge to a thinner, slicier blade stock. I just didn't see this being something I was really that into. Then I reconsidered my thing about TRM when I got the TRM Shadow, which looks like a Spyderco native and a Benchmade 940 went out drinking and then had an illicit love affair. And then that's the, you know, they had a nasty, oily candles, pig sex. And then the Shadow was the illicit love child of that coupling. Yeah, it's it's a crime not to. Yeah, I have to admit, don't have to be a knife person. It's a crime not to have seen Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, that's a great. Matter of fact, I want to watch that now. But yeah, I just didn't quite get the TRM Atom then like I do now, and I have to admit, I'm not as big a fan of the pocket clip on this as I was the Shadow. And I think the Shadow is just a better knife, to tell you the truth. But this thing's still great. But it's still a little expensive. I mean, I don't think it cuts any better than this. This, I have to tell you, this large pyrite, I'm absolutely in love with this knife. I am absolutely in love with this knife. Nice and thin. Slicey, the button lock on it's really good, and I can attest for its rust resistance. Because this was in my pocket all day at the beach, and I forgot, and I was in the ocean all day last Sunday, and I will be tomorrow as well. Chef Rocky's here. Chef Rocky, all kinds of, oh, I'm curious. Rocky, you don't have to do it. I'm not asking you to do it. But now I'm curious if I see gift memberships on this new software. Because I know you've done it a bunch of times. I'm curious if it does it. Speaking of which, let's put that back up. I want to try and get the memberships back up to 100. We are at 60. My next purchase is going to be the... I can't read this. Why is it like that? The PM2 warning. I didn't know they were going to do a warning. Didn't even know that was a thing. Chef Rocky, I tried to go to that Instagram account you were referring to. I couldn't do anything with it. Couldn't do anything with it. But you are correct. You are correct, sir. She looks like a dumpster fire. But yeah, absolutely fell in love with this. This is steel handles. It was in my pocket in the surf. It was in the surf. It was in the sand, and I didn't have to do anything. I rinsed it out. Do you know how if you can etch LC200N? I don't know. I would imagine you can. Are you talking about acid etch? I don't know. She got banned. Oh, okay. Nice. So, I honestly do not know. I would imagine you could, because it's still steel. Here's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, LC200N. It's not like... Am I trying to go with this? It's not like... it's not like SM100, where it's non-ferrous, where there's no steel in it. You should still be able to. Thank you, Streamlabs, for reminding everyone. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you are here and you have not hit the like button, I would appreciate it if you do so. It absolutely helps. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, are you subscribed? It helps the channel. Is it true that you and Elliot were separated at birth? We have joked about that. Elliot and I have joked about that a lot. He's like, his parents are like, it's almost like you're Elliot's older brother. It's not that far off. I often, like, I met Elliot and I was like, I was unaware that my father had a second family. No, the LC200N. One, I don't know because, well, I don't like it. Two, it's pretty corrosion resistant, but it's not that corrosion resistant. Nitro V is a very similar steel, and guess what? I make Nitro V rust. Speaking of Nitro V, I would like to remind you guys that this knife is available with my Blade HQ link, if you want to support the channel. And you can go over Blade HQ and pick up the Ferrum Forge button lock stinger in Nitro V. I absolutely love this knife. This is the version of this I wanted. I have the... Where's my Echo? I've been looking for that forever. It got stuck in the wrong hole and fell down. Such a good knife. If you guys have not picked up the Echo, I've got links to it in the video I did about it. This is my knife of the year. Absolutely my knife of the year. But yeah, LC200N is corrosion resistant, but it's not as good as they make it out to be. Our chef's knife is in Nitro V. I do still have a coupon code. Now, here's the thing. If you want to support the boys, you use my coupon code. Saves you 5%. If you want to support me, buy it at Blade HQ with my store link that's in all my videos. I have a link to Blade HQ underneath my Amazon store. There's just a blanket one, anything you purchase with that. But yes, I do have a coupon code with them. Keep in mind, oh, I do see it. I do see it. Darth BMX is here. Let's see. I want to see if that pops up. I want to see if that pops up as a special support thing in the alert box. So I'm trying to, I see it, Rocky, but I'm trying not to acknowledge it yet. Well, Chef Rocky just donated Darth BMX, Flip Flap, Ryan, there we go. There's supposed to be an audio that goes with that. Check this out. Look at what I've got going. Like, you see this? This is free. I'm gonna go on a tirade. I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant. You guys ready for this? I'm doing all this for free. This is free software. It's a free download. I can even use it. I can even have a guest. See all this? There's gonna be one more. All this was free. Scale it down a little bit, but then you can't read it. Is it too loud? The question I have is, what's the audio sound like? Because I haven't messed with it. Like, I just want to see. So at any rate, I want that there. I want you guys to be able to see that. So this is all free software. So Streamlabs or StreamYard, I can't do any of this. Can't do any of it. Right? I can't do any of that stuff. And they wanted to charge me $420 for the year. $420 for the year. This is free. Like, I'm not even paying for this. So thank you very much, Chef Rocky. That's cool. I just wanted to see if all these things. So now I know my super chat window works. I know that all my alerts work. I will change the audio and things on that. Darth BMX was at the show, at the event we had. So I'm trying to figure out if this members goal thing, if I've got this set up, I should see a live change, but it's not. So I gotta. There's still things about this I have to figure out. That's what I'm saying. The member goal. That's. So I'm gonna have to mess with that. That one was really complicated to try and get figured out. I'll hide that for right now. The other thing too, guys, I'm about to go get a drink of water. So if you guys will give me just a second, I'll be right back. See? That stuff came preloaded. I didn't even have to set any of that up. It was already built in. I did have fun. I wish I could have spent more time with everyone that came up. But the thing is, I only knew. Here's the thing. Like, if you guys see me in an event, I'll absolutely talk to you guys and stuff like that. And I try to be as social as I can with everyone. But I absolutely do have a bunch of social anxiety, and I hate. I was just testing stuff. I absolutely hate being in crowds. So I did know a few people up there. Darth was there. Darth BMX was there with his girlfriend. 2A Dave was there. LP Knifeworks was there. But I didn't know anyone else there. And it kind of made it awkward. And I feel bad. You know, I did the sharpening thing. I feel bad that I didn't interact with everyone there more. But I really was having a hard time in a setting where I didn't know anywhere. Steve, I apologize. I forgot. Okay. So the DVR settings, Steve Wallace, you can't go back to the beginning until it ends. I'm going to end soon anyway. That's my fault. In the settings, I set it and I couldn't go back and change it. I just couldn't change the settings. So that's absolutely my fault. Next time I will make sure that I have the DVR thing so you guys can scroll back and catch it after. So that's my fault. I apologize. It's going to end here in just a couple minutes anyway, because my wife brought me back lunch. I have to get ready to take my daughter to the ice. I have to take my daughter to the gym so that she can run. And yeah, so I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to eat my lunch. I got to take my daughter to the ice rink here just a little bit. So, yeah, we're going to keep doing this. I'm going to fine tune the little things that I've got going on. There's a lot of things I can do with this software that I couldn't do with the other one, even though I was paying for it. What is that sound? I think one of the coolest ones is if I want, I can take myself completely out. There's a lot of stuff I can do with this. So, yeah, you guys go tell Big Red that I said hi, and I'm going to reach out to him. Tell him that I'm going to reach out to him, and I want to do a live feed with him. Let him know I'm going to send him a DM. I want to do a live feed with him some Saturday. So my wife got me pizza at Costco while she was there. So yeah, guys, I love y'all. I apologize, but the original feed didn't work. We really didn't stay on the topic that was originally supposed to be through the feed. This was the first one with the new software. I'm sticking with this. I'm really happy with this. I've got so much more available. The intermission, I could put up an intermission and then leave my chair open and stuff like that. I've got a bunch of pop-up things, like don't forget to hit the like button that pop up in the chat. This is just a better way to go. This is just a better way to go. Anybody that's using StreamYard, you're paying way too much. And even their, like, for somehow I got set up for the premium. It was not that expensive before. I hope to God I didn't pay $420 last year. I don't think I did. I think I paid much less. But this year they were like, oh, it's $420. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Shove that up somewhere. Fold that up. Make sure there's a lot of sharp corners on it. And shove it up a very sensitive orifice. And on top of that, I hope you get a rash. Very, very itchy. Very, very itchy rash in a very, very private place. So, like I said, the only thing is I can't just jump immediately from here to Rumble. So next time when we do this, we're going to do an hour here, an hour on Rumble. I will have to leave here and then go to Rumble. It's just going to be a little bit different. I'll have everything set up. It might be like a 5-minute lapse between. So, guys, go hang out with JD over at Big Red. Tell him I said hi. Tell him I'm sorry. I'm not going to be in a live feed. I'm not going to be watching. I may catch part of it on my phone while my daughter's running on a treadmill because I got to take her to the base gym. So, I love you guys. I'm out. We're going to end this. I'll see. What is this? That's how domain. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They charged it. It went up. It's at least twice what I originally signed up for.